Student loans should be a last resort when it comes to paying for college. Hi, and welcome to your College Planning Daily Video Tip that's designed to help you get your student to the right college at the right price while preserving your retirement. So if you've been to a college planning night, chances are you've heard the refrain, hope for scholarships, and as a last resort, take out loans. Well, we want to avoid loans completely. Why? Because loans require you to pay back money, often with interest, after your student has finished school. And if you're keeping up with the news, there's over $1.5 trillion of student loan debt in the United States. That's a lot of money that is not going into the economy and that is weighing a lot of Americans down, especially as they're trying to grow their lives, purchase homes, start families, etc. So what we want is to help you do all you can to take student loans out as a very, very last resort. So how do we do that? That comes down to several things. One of them is finding a school that's a great fit for your student. Now, what I mean by that is where your student is in the top 25% of incoming applicants. So you can look that up. You can do a common data set search of any school that you'd like. If you do the school name plus common data set in a Google search, it will come up with generally a PDF file. Sometimes it's an Excel spreadsheet of a lot of data points and information. Generally, it's many, many pages long. But if you use the Control F find function, then you can search for GPA, ACT, SAT scores. It will tell you the statistics of the previous year's incoming class. If your student is in the top 25% with their GPA and test scores, that's a good school to apply for. If they're not, if they're in the middle 50% or the bottom 25%, look at different schools. It's okay. There are a few schools in the country that are well known because of their prestige and their time in the spotlight, but that doesn't mean that they're the only good schools in the country. With over 3,000 four-year institutions, there is one that is a great fit for your student. So it's just a matter of doing the research. Now, if your student applies to a school and they are in that top 25%, that's going to help them qualify for more scholarships. That's going to help them get accepted more than if they were in the middle 50 or bottom 25%. Now, if your student is still waiting to take the ACT or the SAT, they know what their baseline score is, but they haven't done any prep yet, then that's something to consider as you're looking at these schools. If your student can boost their score and then get into the top 25%, then consider that school. Or if they can amp their score, even though they're already in the top 25%, that's equally helpful. So we want to bring down the cost of college through scholarships and merit aid from those institutions in order to limit the number of student loans that your family has to take out. We want your family to be able to graduate debt-free because that money that you could have been paying instead is going into your retirement account. And ultimately, that's what we want. We want your student to go to a great school at the right price while preserving your retirement. So that means that there's some work to do on the front end, but when you do that and you're not taking out as many student loans or ideally no student loans at all, that's going to set you up for success in retirement and your student up for success in life because they're not being weighed down by student loans. So there is a way to do it. It can be done, and it's just a matter of playing your cards right and doing the work on the front end. So student loans are a last resort. There are other ways to pay for school before student loans come into play. So make sure that you're maximizing the potential of those other options before reaching for student loans. If you know someone who would benefit from receiving these daily video emails, please pass this on to them so that they can get them too. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.